So what has been the role of luck in your business?
Hard work. I don't believe in luck.
Huh.
I'm a very grounded person. I don't believe in luck. I just let it flow naturally. Whenever time says that you have to do this, you have to be very adaptive, you have to be very innovative, and you have to go according to the flow.
Then what is the average gross margins that I can look at, or what is the average ROI that I can look at?
Return of investment is usually around 6 months. Very easy. It is totally based on the way you do marketing.
So what is the minimum investment it would take for me to start a soap manufacturer?
First is bathing soap,
Huh.
technical and toilet soaps. Second is detergent powder.
Huh.
Third is detergent cake, Vim bar.
Huh.
Okay, so basically, if you want to go for a startup, what I suggest to the customers is go for the less certification business.
Hi Bhavik, welcome to the Next Wave podcast.
Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Yeah. So Bhavik, आपका जो product है और your product is something that is very interesting. So you make machines for people for making soaps, example, and you also make machines for detergent, detergent and also some other products as well. So this is a very interesting category looking into the new social media where people are now trying to make their own products or start small batches. And again, you have been in the business since 1944. So as our audience is a lot of entrepreneurs who are existingly having business, or these are guys who want to start a new business, right? And they could be here in India, or they could be globally. So we're going to have conversations over it in context of the first part could be what is your company, which is Atom Machinery Exim Private Limited, and the legacy of Atom. And how long Atom has been serving the globe, or Atom has been serving the MSMEs with these machines. And the second part, I think we could talk about how can anyone start a business using these machines, and a business in context of soap making. So the first part is your business in context to Atom, the legacy, what Atom has grown into. Second part is how to start a soap making business, and the third part is we're going to talk about you Bhavik as a person, what are your thoughts, your ideology behind it. So starting on to the first part, Bhavik, so do you want to talk about a little bit more about the context of Atom Exim, how it started? So I understand Atom's journey started in 1944, pre-independence. Right. So how did it start, and what is the initial journey of Atom has been so far?
First of all, Jai Shri Krishna. Okay. It started in when my grandfather was born in 1921, 8th of June 1921, and my grandfather had a beautiful journey. Means he grew, he struggled a lot, ups and downs, many things. He saw many events that were very much not accepted at that age.
Pre-independence.
Yeah, pre-independence. Okay, my grandfather he was born in Kodiak village of Bhavnagar. Okay, and my great-grandfather was into the manufacturing and services of bullock carts, farming equipments, arms, tackles. Okay, and he used to, means he was not educated. I don't know about him. He was educated, or I don't know. But he was very, a very good technical person.
Okay.
And he used to inspire his children to visit his work areas. Okay. He used to do outsourcing of work. He used to help farmers in repairing the pumps and all that stuff at that age. My great grandfather, and my grandfather had two siblings. Means one was his elder brother and himself. So my grandfather was a good artist.
Okay.
He used to make a good drawings.
Okay.
He used to make good portraits. He used to make good even machines also used to make a good drawings. And his eyes were like scanners at that age. Means he used to,
so you can replicate, or else you can ideate.
If you put a machine or an engine, whatever, he used to put it on the paper
Okay.
by a freehand sketch. And that's a very very very
Unique.
good talent. Okay. So during that early ages, during his schooling days, my great grandfather, due to some illness, he was he was not there. Means he expired at that time. And my great grandmother was a very very smart lady. Means
Okay.
he used to manage the household. He used to also tell inspiring stories and about how great people behave, how great people set their targets, how they work, to be patient in your challenging days. Okay, so that was her learning, and she also used to be very much a reading person.
Okay.
Okay, and my grandfather's elder brother was also very good. Means
Okay,
he was also very talented. Okay, and at that time, during that days, my grandfather had applied for, in his teenage or above teenage, he had applied for railways at that time, Western Railway, and he had passed the exams, all the entry exams. Okay, and then he knew that I am very much talented. Means my grandfather was very much good in his basics. So he gave that job away to his elder brother.
Okay.
And then my great grandmother shifted to Bhavnagar. That seeing that my sons are so talented, so being in a village will not make his future, them their future bright.
Okay.
So they migrated to Bhavnagar.
Okay.
And there my grandfather used to study in Sanatan school.
Okay.
It was very very old school. Means very established by the Maharaja Sahib of Bhavnagar.
Okay.
Okay, and he used to study over there. And then the point is that during that time, Maharaja Sahib used to visit the schools. He used to check personally the hygiene, the way of learning, how the teachers are teaching their children's
Okay.
manners, ethics, everything.
Knowledge is transferred. I think.
Yeah, knowledge was transparent, and the thing is that improvement is always there in any field. You have to keep improving. So they used to visit, and children used to present gifts to drawings, gifts to the Maharaja Sahib, and my grandfather was being highlighted at that time.
Okay.
So he started doing work with the Rajmahal, the Maharaja Sahib, like making gifts. Later on, when he was adult, he started making interior furnitures and designing interior furnitures, even making wooden furnitures also. He used to make artifacts out of metal also. He used to do carving work.
For the royal family.
Yeah, for the royal family.
In the palace, I think.
And in royal family, Maharaja Sahib was so flexible and supportive. It is a saying for Bhavnagar that Maharaja Sahib is Praja Vatsalya. Means he lives for the public. Okay. So he was a very great king. Means for us, he is not king, he is a family member. Are you getting my point? So he supported. There were delegations visiting to their palace, to Bhavnagar.
Foreign delegation.
Yeah, foreign delegation from Brazil also.
Okay.
There are papers, means in paper readings you can find that Brazil is very prosperous in dairy because Maharaja Sahib had given one bull to gifted one bull to the Brazil delegations at that time, and now their dairy products are boosting. Dairy market is boosting in Brazil, and so that was the starting days. My grandfather made artifacts and all types of sculpture works as a present to the delegations that are visiting.
This was which years?
Around means 1942
40 to
40s,
44.
that year, and during that time, Sardar Patel visited over, means in Bhavnagar for United States, means to make the states, means all the United.
Correct. To take Bhavnagar as a part of India.
Yeah, part of India, to make India. At that time, our Maharaja Sahib gave away the state in that if my public is happy, then I'm happy. In that way, they give the state to the first Bhavnagar is the first princely state owned by king who gave away the state to the unity of India. And then he started my grandfather started getting the what do you say, he started observing the opportunities in the growing India. At that time he started observing that now the people are evolving, the lives are changing. We have to, technology makes life very easy. Okay, so he started getting that opportunities from not only Maharaja Sahib to other cities also. Okay, and then he was very good in sculpture work. So at that time he started making die punches. Okay, die punches to punch the punch on the metal for the post office
ब्रांडिंग के लिए जो ना
branding के लिए. Yes, then he started that all things. And later on, when he in those days there were not so many brands for soaps. Okay, so I don't know how did he got the idea of this soap making, but somewhere he might have seen the photograph.
Okay,
somewhere.
तो उनकी मेमोरी से उन्होंने मतलब
Yeah, so based on that imagination he started drawings of this machines. If he had seen them, just if he had seen that the photographs, or I don't know about that. But the thing is, whenever you see, whenever in a household stuffs, whenever a woman is working in the kitchen, okay, what she does to make a roti, basic things. From that you can get ideas. My grandfather used to, he might have got idea from that.
relate किया उसको.
Relate किया होगा. If you are making a chapati, then or a bread, then what you do first, you put the flour, then you put the
Mix
salt,
it,
then you knead it properly. Okay, and then you
roll it.
Yes, roll it, and that also stuff, then you put it on the oven. So in that way our mothers, okay, makes this all stuffs, rotis. Okay, so basically soap is based on formulations. Okay, how much foam it has to form.
Correct.
It has to be smooth. It has to have a very, what do you say, a glossy appearance of the soap. So in that way he got into that idea, and then he started making this machines. That made that if we consider the flour, the salt, then all this as a soap material, then what type of machine is required. So in that way he designed the blades of the machine, a drum, then he set the capacity. Then after second step, what if you put that material directly into the machine, then what will happen. So in that way he tried to construct the
whole line
product. Yes,
but this was like the soap making machines, like कौन से year में example was started?
We did first export in 1960 or 62.
Okay,
first export. Before that,
so we're not doing locally, पहले export ही किया हमने.
Yeah, we did first export was in 1960 or 62. Locally also we had a very good clientele. In Bhavnagar local there are factories which are commenced before independence, during our time.
So some of those factories in India before export of 1962 also had atom machines.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Soap making machines.
Yes, and the thing is, if you have a good circle, if you have a good friends, then you get ideas. Okay, if you are good at marketing, I'm good at manufacturing, then if we combine, then we can start a business. In that way, people used to give ideas that we have seen this machine, you can make it, at least make the drawing, we will give you the expense of the fabrication. If it works, it's okay. It doesn't work, then we'll scrap it.
Part machine बना लो, ये वाला बना लो.
Exactly. So that thing is trial and error. वो time पे अलग था. People used to do trial and errors. Okay, so that was, if you have a good circle. At that time my grandfather had a good friends circles, and people who usually supported each other. Okay, there are factories over there which have commenced before even my grandfather was born. Okay, and people used to those factory owners used to call my grandfather for repairing stuffs.
Okay,
भाई इसमें क्या problem है, please check.
So his positioning is already set in a manner of machines and repairs and everything.
Exactly.
So he has got that positioning already set.
Yes. So in that way he started getting ideas, and basically what one of client one of my client in Africa at that time, during when I was in Africa at that time, one of my client told me that soap making is just like a body system. And I just loved it.
The way he concept.
Yes, that way he gave an example to his people, because it was a learning organization. He used to train the entrepreneurs to how to start business, and so was his first priority. Okay, and from an African, okay, you expect means you don't expect this type of wittiness or this type of conceptual answers. So he gave a very simple thing. We eat food, it's chewing, means mixing. When it goes inside, it is kind of mixing of other materials. Okay.
Formulations
In the morning, you poop out. Okay. So that is a soap process. Soap also from the ploder, it just extrudes. Okay, so that is, he explained his students in that way.
For them to relate and
Yes, that from them, for all the means students over there to relate that how does it works. Means if you chew properly, your digestion will be good. In the same way, if you mix properly, your soap
absorption
will
would
be
be
best.
good.
So that is, and all the extractions of the vitamins and proteins also will be best if you chew properly. So in that way he related all that stuffs, and he explained. And my God, I also attended his classes for
For
2
you
hours.
also learning them.
And I also learned. Means he gave very basic examples. Means if you want to explain anyone, you go for a simple things, day-to-day activities. So that is best. And he explained that way. Okay, so in the same way, my grandfather got that type of ideas from his surroundings. Even his mind also was very artistic. Okay, means what you might have that knowledge that when Bala Sahib Thackeray started his own, means before starting Shiv Sena, he was a very good cartoonist, and he expressed his public awareness and his concern for the public, for the Maharashtrian, for the Indian citizens through cartoons. Okay, so in that way, means he expressed himself. My grandfather created machines in that way, because if you are good at drawing and at imagination, then only you can make machines.
Okay. So here, as you shared, so your great grandfather example started doing all this and started making the machines, and you started exporting around 1962s. So then, when did your dad and you get into the journey of the business?
My look, what I'll just talk to you very transparently. Actually, like my grandfather used to visit my great grandfather's working area, my father also used to visit every day. He used to go to factory. He used to play games over there, whatever.
So you're exposed already in very young age.
Yes, and our playhouse is our factories.
Factory only.
We used to play over there. I also have grown up playing at a factory only. Whatever stuffs, and we had so many very smart laborers, smart workers, smart service persons. They used to play with us also, and we used to see the machines in operations. We used to see the machine shop. We used to see the fabrication works. Everything we used to see in our childhood days. Okay, and my father also was involved in his, almost say, when he started realizing things, means from that age he was there. And even my elder brother also same things. Okay, we used to there, and even delegations used to come. We used to sit over there, and we used to just observe and listen. Okay, so that is what make us very much perfect in our field. Okay. And let us stick back to my grandfather's stuff. Then he registered a company under the guidance of expert, because my grandfather was very close to the Munim of Maharaja Sahib, account person. He was very close, and he used to guide my grandfather a lot. Okay. So he registered a company naming Steel and Brass Trading Corporation. He used to do tradings and all that stuff. In 44, means 44 he registered, and he did all the stuff. And at that time, India was in the growing stage. Okay, so the rules and regulations were being created at that time for the commerce, for the business, for the exports. Okay, and my grandfather used to do marketing in a very different ways. At that time, he started making hair clippers also. It's a hair cutting clippers. It's a handmade. It means it's a kind of a grooming product. Like right now we have Philips and all that stuffs who are making grooming products that are electronics. My grandfather used to make hand type hair clippers. So he started making that. Because he had a good knowledge of cutting blades also. All these cutting blades and gears also. So he started making that he used to visit all the barber shops at that time. He used to travel a lot. He used to write letters, or he was very good in writing also. He used to write good letters. He used to express himself very good by writing letters. In that way, he started his marketing. He started posting photos and machineries. Sketch. At that time, it was very much difficult to afford a camera and take a photograph of a machine. So he used to make sketches of the machines.
After seeing it.
I have made this. If you're interested, please write a written letter or visit our workshop. So in that way he started publishing his what do you say, his work, his artwork and all that stuffs. And then slowly he went into this soap machines. Then during that time the soaps were made from oils. There were no noodles available. Noodles is a ready-made base, soap base.
Okay.
It is directly fed into the mixer and the soap gets ready. But before that, soap used to be cooked. Means it is to be saponified. Okay, by putting coconut oil, palm kernel, even what do you say, cotton seed oils.
Okay.
Wastage of oil is being processed, being saponified, and then this soap is being made.
Okay.
Those soaps are creamish in color or black in color. They are used for washing clothes also and for bathing also at that time. So they used to cook soaps in a big boiling pan, and it has to be settled in a big cooling box. Then it is being cut, then it is being stamped, and then it is being sold. But these machines, creating the machines were, what do you say, they made a prototypes at that time for the clients surrounding Bhavnagar. Prototypes. And then after seeing the person operating, it has to be ergonomically also, it has to be very much fit when you are doing the stamping work, or you are mixing it with a ladle handle or a spoon. If you are mixing a big pan, it's a 1-ton pan, it has to be very much good. Means it has to be ergonomically very good and comfortable for the workers to be active for the full day, because 2 batches were made at that time. And it has to be very much easy. So in that way he used to visit the factories, he used to observe the ergonomics, easy way to operate. Okay, so that in that way he started then changing the molds, means the dyes, started changing the designs of the machines. In that way he used to improve his machines. Okay, during that time. Okay. And even we are creative, we are improving our products. Even the soap factories at that time were also very smart and very creative at that time. They used to make trial batches at their home. Like you said that soap making is now you can make it at home also. So they used to make soaps at home. They used to do trial batches. Means this is a cotton seed oil soap, it is black. This is a coconut oil seed, called coconut oil soap. This is in this way. This has this effect. So they used to try on themselves, on their family. And they used to give references to their friends that I have made this new product, you try it on. And then they will ask for the improvements. How did you feel? Means if you're washing your clothes, means is your clothes are getting neat and tidy, or the color also is going. So in that way they used to do. And in that way they used to do the trials of the product, and then accordingly they used to come and suggest my grandfather. I want a heater in this. I want why if we make a propeller inside, stirrer inside directly, so
better blending.
And you just directly join the system with a shaft, and we can
roll it
in that way they started all that
giving feedback.
Giving feedbacks. So he had a very good circle of friends. Very good circles of friends. So that way it started. Okay. Then the soap manufacturers came with the bath soap formulation. Then the bath soap made from oils. Then they upgraded. Means at the time passed, people started making palm oil noodles. Okay.
This is the base for soap making.
It's a ready-made base. Okay. Usually the soap making process is very long. For making toilet soap also, bathing soap also. Its technical name is toilet soap. So they started making new formulations. Started giving suggestions that make these changes in the machine, make these changes. So in that way he perfected the designs of the machines. Then as the
depending
time
on
passed,
the product.
Depending on the products, depending on the requirements of the process, heating, cooling, rapid cooling, drying, that all things were very much taken into consideration during the making of the machine and redesigning it, improving it. How can we make it more better? Then as time passed, gearboxes were invented, gearboxes were coming in the market, new designs of gearboxes, a reduction gearbox. So then they started using all the part stuffs, and they started
a little bit of automation or speed increase, or
speed increase and effortless working.
Convenience to the operator.
Convenience to the operators. Ergonomically it has to be good. Means if a person is operating a stamping machine, even a foot operator stamping machine is also highly demand right now. Okay, it has to be ergonomically very much easy
and safe also.
And ergonomically you have to be thing. What my grandfather used to think is, if you give a machine, it has to be very much easy to operate, easy to maintain, and the person who is operating should not be tired. He has to work for 8 hours to get his wages. Okay, and soap making is just like making a coffee or a tea. Only the formulation is important. If you know the basics that this coconut oil gives a smoothness to the skin, so you have to add it. And now people have become so much creative that they are putting aloe vera gels. They are putting this neem oil soaps for the, even the dermatologist also suggest neem soaps. Okay. Even the government also is taking very much good initiatives in neem projects. Okay.
Yeah, Medimix I think is.
Yeah, Hammam. It's a very, very old brands, and they are pioneers. They are pioneers.
So it's a variation of the soap as a generation changes.
Yes.
They're using new ingredients to make new kinds of soap. I think it's
Exactly. And now the people have become more eco-friendly. Means they are trying to avoid chemicals. They are going for stuffs which are more hygienic, which are more nature oriented. Okay, you are finding, means in the market also now that people have become so much health oriented that they have almost avoid using this plastics and other stuff.
chemicals.
I also personally suggest everyone not to use plastics. Plastics is good
Single
for
use,
packing. Okay, but if you are consuming, don't go for plastics. Single plastic is useless. Even there are many startups also great. Means it's a very good idea. They are making edible utensils also. You eat it and you eat the utensils also.
Correct.
So that all things are very good. That is all is is good for humans also, even environment also.
Correct.
Okay, because being a human, it doesn't give us a right to spoil the nature.
So here, like you shared that, your grandfather has been creative, and the soap making machines are also going to be made, and he started making these machines, and he started getting feedback from his customers or friends who were trying it with their relatives and everything, and trying to get the feedbacks, and things that happened. And now over a period of time, obviously, a lot of variations have come into this thing, and generations are using different new ingredients to make the soap. So if you could just talk a little bit about your value addition that you have done at Atom, or your dad's value addition that is Atom, because as the soap is getting evolved and the machines are getting evolved, the new generation that joins the business also adds a new flavor to it over a period of time. So what has been the flavor of you have added an Atom, or your dad has added an Atom on top of the layers that your grandfather has added? Because for the next generation to add a layer, they already have very high expectations, because the earlier generation already has kept a very high expectations. And when you join from a lower level as a next generation, to cross this expectation itself is very daunting task. Right. So so what is the value addition that you both have done in Atom after your grandfather added?
Actually, my father is a mechanical engineer.
Okay.
He has directly, means after completing his studies, he directly joined the company.
So everybody was clear to join the family business.
Yes,
100% clear.
100% clear.
Not like earlier you said क्या रेलवेज में वो जॉब ढूंढ के था, वो पर्सपेक्टिव है ही नहीं. पूरा पर्सपेक्टिव है कि बिजनेस में ही जाना, बिकॉज हम लोग वी हैव बीन प्लेइंग इन द फैक्ट्री, वी हैव बीन ग्रोइंग अप इन द फैक्ट्री, सो दैट पार्ट वाज वेरी क्लियर कि आई वांट टू डू बिजनेस.
So my father directly joined the company. He had it at that time. He had good opportunities in very good companies like HMT, L&T, Larsen Toubro. In Tata also he had opportunities, but he sat for the campus interview, but he never went over there. He directly joined the family business. Even my father's elder brother also was very smart. He was very good. He was also very good looking. And he was also very very intelligent in many stuff, because he inherited my grandfather's drawing skills.
Creative वाला part या फिर वो absorption वाला part.
And he my products, if we say that my grandfather, he sold the good products, means in the company, in the product list. Soaps, toilet soap making machines, glycerin soaps came later, laundry soaps, hair clippers, and from one more unique product my grandfather had given to the market was making the cutter blades.
Okay.
It is used for means you are wearing digital watch, means if you have an analog, means mechanical watches, there are gears inside to make the gears, okay, to cut the gears. So that cutters my grandfather used to make, and it requires a very good knowledge of cutting edge technologies. The degrees of the cutters is very important. So he had introduced in the market. So that part also was being highly sold in HMTs and all watch manufacturers, even in diamond industries also.
Okay.
So it is basically a part of it's a tool.
Okay.
It's a tool. And as we started this podcast, I said that my grandfather was very good in carvings. In carving also, you should have that knowledge of tools to give a good curves to the letters, or to give a curves to the image that you're making on the stamp. So he had a good knowledge. So you can relate this. My father, being a mechanical engineering, he directly joined the business. And what he did is he started putting this free sketches into a proper engineering drawings.
Okay.
With dimensions.
Acha, he structured the business.
Yes, he started
Pura
putting
professional structuring wo purana kiya.
Yes. Because my grandfather was not an engineer. He didn't.
He was creative, and he was visionary.
Very creative. Yes. He used to do a freehand sketch and used to give with this dimension. These are those things. He used to guide the person or the mechanical means
fabrication or technician.
He used to do in that way, and all kind of means load bearing capacities of materials. He had that good knowledge because he knew that his father, means Kalyanji Chudasama, means my great grandfather, knew that the what do you say, proper farming tools. Okay, proper farming tools means he had that knowledge of what kind of thickness of metal should be used to bear this weight or bear this impact. So he had that knowledge from that
from
stuff. Practical knowledge from that, from his great grandfather, means from my great grandfather. Okay, so he used to make free sketch. What my father did is, after completing his education, he came into the family business and he properly structured the business. He started putting everything in a very proper manner. Means he started making the blueprints.
Documenting, writing, measurements, SOP, professionalism.
Yes. Drawings were there. Drawings were there, but that was freehand sketches.
These are standard mechanical standard drawings.
Exactly. Okay. He started in that. He standardized the designs.
Okay. And this is which year? Like your dad started contributing?
That I just don't remember.
Okay. Maybe 70s or 80s.
Yes, 75s or in that way. 70s.
Okay.
Because my elder brother is 1988 born.
Okay.
So maybe 10 or 78 or 70s in that area.
Okay.
Year. So he started standardizing that products. He started looking for parts of the machines like gearboxes, good motor suppliers, kind of pulleys, okay, belts.
To specialize people for specialized things to amplify the product quality.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. To enhance the product quality, he started going into the market, exploring various products. Even to go for a good people, a good fabricator whose welding skills are very good. He started all that hiring works. Even the welding machines and the welding electrodes, everything he started reconsidering it to give a very good robust quality. Because whenever machines have been installed, the workers don't operate the machines in that gentle way.
Raw, rough, ekdam
very rough,
brutal.
Okay, so in that way there are complaints coming from different factories and customers that
your machine is not broken.
This is broken by the operator. So he started analyzing all that stuff, that what kind of material should be used and what kind of welding should be done.
What feedback to bring in stability and sturdy,
but in a very proper way,
structured,
in a documented way. Okay, means now if we say in this stage, if we want to manufacture a machine, we have to just give the file. This is the capacity they make. The people just start working. Okay. So he started doing all that stuff. Meanwhile, he went to African countries also in 91s.
Okay.
When I was born.
Okay.
In 92 area, he was in Africa.
Okay.
He explored the market of Africa. He made a good contacts over there. Okay.
Okay.
And during that time, he also means we also participated in all kind of exhibitions, international exhibitions, Delhi, Mumbai, Kochi.
Okay.
We started what do you say, participating in that, trying to make a good network.
हाँ.
He started making
National expansion or national.
yes,
Because
national
उन्होंने अभी
expansion.
he has already made the structure, set process, documented everything.
Exactly. But
So
one unique characteristics of my father is that he never gives what do you say, any work, okay, any work to a person, means to a labor,
हाँ.
okay, which he thinks that he is not good at that work.
Okay.
Means he is very much quality oriented,
Mm-hmm.
very much quality oriented, and he loves to work on machines. I tell you, my father loves machines. Even conventional machine like lathe, shaping, milling, he loves it. And he remains in the workshop for the full day. Even he himself operates, and he himself works on the machines.
Okay. Wow. Thank you.
Okay, so that is his passion for the engineering stuff, for machineries. Okay, even there are so many machines that my father has invented, means in his own ideas, in his own factory, means in the factory. Okay, in 92, after returning back from Africa, then he, what do you say, he made a mechanical stamping machine, automatic.
Okay.
Okay, because
For soap making.
yes, for soap making, for bathing soap stamping, it's a mechanical machine. He designed it
Okay.
from a free hand. He made it to a proper design, then he executed,
Okay.
and that boosted the, what do you say, demand of machineries in the market. Because what do you say, that businesses, usually the entrepreneurs seek it that it has to go in an easy way. People should not get tired, means like coal mining.
हाँ.
Coal mining is a very dangerous stuff. Operating atmosphere is very dangerous. It has to be very soothed. It has to go in a very proper way. And people should have that zeal to wake up every day, next morning, and visit the soap factory. Okay, and if the machines are easy to operate, okay, then people are very excited to visit next day. Otherwise, they will run away. Okay, so he made this mechanical stamping machine. He added more stamping machines for the foot operated manual. Okay, then
That is also convenience.
yes, as per the convenience. Yes, and adapting the new technology. Adapting means even the soap manufacturers also were growing along with us. Their also market capture was increasing.
India's population is also growing.
Yes, and the population was also spiking. So they preferred more production machines, high speed productions, high capacities. So in that way, he means even the soap factories which were established in Bhavnagar during my grandfather's time, their sons, their inherited people, means their sons were friends of my father.
Okay.
They were friends of my father. So they both combined, they both came into association and created new stuffs, new production lines, even bigger capacities they started making. So in that way it went. Okay, and my father invented this he made coconut peeling machine also. Then he went, means there was few machines in soap production line, like chips machine. It's a very small handy machines, but it makes the chips of the soaps. Okay. Then my father introduced that machine into food lines. Okay, farsan making potato slice, coconut flakes, coconut powder. So that
even pani puri slice, I think.
Pani puri slice.
Like the pani puri, the puri that is made from pani,
No. Actually, that is a different machine. That is a different machine. This is the machines that were used for making soaps. Can also make this other products.
Okay. So they can slice and make potato also.
They can make slices of the potatoes, coconut powder flakes, lacha we call in.
So you just invest in one machine, and then you can get two
different uses
on different days and after cleaning and everything. Okay.
Yeah. So in that way, one machine can be used for even for soap also, and can be used for making chips of the other sliceable vegetables and fruits.
Okay.
So in that way he diversified, and then he focused on making coconut machines.
Okay.
Because South India is fully covered by coconut. Coconuts are, what we say, they are gems of South India.
Okay.
He got into that thing that means we can make coconut machines also. So he made machines which were very much limited. Okay, which people knew that this is means like for example, if you are deshelling after de-husking the coconut, there is a hard shell of the coconut. After deshelling it, there is a brown skin of the coconut. My father went for the brown skin peeling. Okay, because he knew that brown skin peeling machines are not available in the market. Okay, so he made that automatic machine, not even by hand. He made it automatic fully. And the blades also were designed, what do we say, and the inside blade on which the coconut gets rubbed and it becomes a white coconut. It can be used for dried coconut also. It can be used for a mature coconut also, 45 days old coconut. So he studied that all stuffs. Okay, but remaining machines which for coconut products, like coconut expeller, that all stuffs were already available in the market. So it is better to stay away from the competition.
Okay. So focused on blue ocean products than red ocean kind of
Yes,
products.
yes. So, and my father also, he used to always tell us that you should make a product that is we are the first one to create. We have to be the pioneer. Even not related to products also, even marketing strategies also, whatever, advertisement, marketing, everything, means if you make, it has to be the one, you are the one who have created. Okay, so his mentality is that you make, it's okay to invest 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, but make a product which gives a good efficiency, which reduces the work, which gives a production boost in the customers' factories. Okay, because basically at the end of the day, what we say, that it's because of our machines only they are going to grow. If they don't grow, then we won't grow.
Okay. The focus has to be their growth.
Yes, focus has to be customers' satisfaction, customers' growth. That is very much into the what do you say, demanded in this machineries line. Okay.
So your dad actually, he not only structured the whole company, like, he put process, and he's very quality focused person, and he is also innovative. So he's looking at areas where, example, there is blue ocean or there is space where people have not done anything, and then he created these machines also, and then he innovated and everything. And he also looks like a person who has already started traveling in 1990s to countries like Africa, which was not that explored at that point of time, and then he started exporting there as well, creating connections there.
Before that also he used to travel.
Before that also he used to travel.
Before that also he used to travel in Indian local market, because at that time India was striving for growth. Even Rajiv Gandhi then bought this computer systems. The market was open globally. Globalization was being what do you say, the government made that rules of globalizations.
1990s.
Yeah, around that. Before that also he used to explore the Indian markets along with my grandfather.
Okay,
he used to travel everywhere around the India, and he used to see, means, the way to deal and everything. Okay, and also because soap making is such a business where you have to be dependent on the local market for the raw materials.
Okay.
If you go to South India, coconut oil is available.
Okay.
But
so whatever is available, you have to culminate that and reuse, and then you do
indigenous captivity is very much important. Also, yes, indigenous, you have to be indigenous, means you have to have that materials available in the local market.
Okay. So it's Africa example, then the local thing of Africa, or whichever that's within Africa, wherever it is available.
Exactly. So he started, because the materials that you're getting in Gujarat won't be available in North India. In North India won't be available in the South India materials. So accordingly the oil changes. So he used to travel along with my grandfather. And as I said,
it's all market research for new machines, for new.
And he had a good terms with all the people. Means my grandfather was very humble person, very humble. He used to be very much silent, a good observer. Okay, and he used to listen and and one word answer, he will solve the problem.
Okay.
So in that way, people used to invite him. So factories used to invite him that we have this problem, can you just visit us? We'll book a plane, means flight or whatever.
Okay.
Amenities, everything, will just give you hospitality. He used to travel. My father's elder brother used to travel a lot with them. Okay. So he went to he went exploring different countries. My father, then he improvised that in the factory, that this is what is required right now. Okay.
So what is this adds a totally different layer to your company with your dad. And then when did you join the business officially, right? And then full-time job as an executive, And then what is the contribution that you have been able to add into Atom?
Actually, I joined my father's company. I did it as a part time. Means I told you earlier. Means before starting of the
You're
podcast.
playing in factories only.
Yes, that means I joined in my childhood days only. My brother also, my elder brother. My elder brother he did his bachelor's in production.
Okay.
Okay. I also have done engineering. Okay. So we used to play over there. We used to study over there. Okay, during exam times. Okay, and even we have seen machines getting developed. We have seen my father dealing with people. Okay, and there are good sides also. There are bad sides of a people. Okay, even if I'm good at in something, I won't
Weakness,
be good in other thing. Weaknesses also. So we grasped goodness of my father, his accuracy, his observation, his way of dealing also. Okay, and what do you say? And going in depth, going in detailed study of everything. Okay, so that we learned from my father. Okay, I and my brother, and my elder brother also is very much into this production line. Means he loved the machines and production. I used to be very much into this marketing and branding stuff. Okay. I was very good at presentations. Okay, very good at presentations. My what is it? My selections of means any kind. If you are making an interior, then you just call me. I'll give you the best suggestions, unique suggestions. You won't find anywhere else. Okay. So that was what I am good at. Okay, and even I have done job in multinational companies.
Okay.
I joined. I used to work in Larsen and Toubro as a training engineer for 1 year. I did in Vadodara and in Surat, Hazira. There in Vadodara, I was in subcontracting and planning.
But why were you working in these companies when you had a business?
No, because I wanted to get exposure.
Acha, exposure for exposure, you're working.
Yes, I wanted to get an exposure that how we can improve our factory, means our company. So that for that reason, I went for the other companies because everyone going in the same direction is good at some point, at some level. But then you have to be, what do you say? You have to be, you have to go for a different path. Okay. So what I thought that I'll go for a different way. Even my grandmother used to oppose that. Why are you going for jobs? Even your father has not done job. Why are you going for jobs? But I told my grandmother I want to go because going in that same routine is you have to break that generational stuffs.
And it gives you a knowledge of what else is going on in the world.
Yes, and what else and what kind of machineries and technology that they are using, like BAN systems, CRM, that all things is being only known if you means I have studied in my books, but practically I have never seen it. Implementing in our factory, in our workshop, how it is implemented, because it's better to learn from others' experience rather than you go for their experience, which is not that much important. Okay. So learning from others' experience, for what you say means it's just like that. I watch and I observe, I learn. Okay, then I implement in my company. But for that, I don't need to pass through all that stuff. Then I'll just order the BAN system or CRM system in my factory, and I learn. Then I make my people learn. I'll just learn it from other place because they are already working. They're already into that. L&T, SR. They were already a very established, a very huge group at that time. Even building technology, production ways, the production planning, storage, all that things, which my father had made. Okay, then there were stuffs that were not known to my dad also.
So this you can learn about scale.
Yes,
I think so. You're able to see things at scale. I think. Yeah.
So that all things. So that for that reason, I went for pursuing my job. Parallelly, I used to go for means I used to go for this, what do you say, MBAs also. Okay, part-time MBAs also I did, but I didn't complete anything. Okay, I completed my engineering. Okay, then masters I didn't complete. Okay, I just left it. Then I worked over there. I worked in Ahmedabad also in Patel's item. 2 to 3 years difference means. And I started with subcontracting and planning. From that department, I got an idea that everything we are making captive, everything is inside in-house. Let us start giving the work in the outside market.
Okay.
There are very great people over there outside.
Who are experts in that area.
Yes, they are specific experts. Okay, why we just overload our factory? Let us develop vendors. Let us develop a chain,
Subcontractors.
subcontracts, and all that things. And planning, I learned over there. Then I jumped to another company, SR Group. That I was in business development and branding. I learned many things over there. How to make catalogs, means the angles in which way you have to present your factory or company. In that way, I used to deal with the delegations. Even I learned regarding new equipments and tools, building equipments, electrodes, all that chemistry. I just got it. I learned over there, and both the companies, means I say, they were very much liberal, and they were always supportive in making you learn. Okay, they used to conduct what do you say, conferences, and means I learned from that all stuffs. Okay, I got myself exposed. Then I joined my family business in 2007. What do you say, 15? I think I used to work. Means the
You're
thing
working
is,
somewhere, but I think then you could
after
Sundays
6 o'clock, I used to
go
work
to
for my
factory.
factory also. I used to manage all this inquiries and all this communication stuffs. So in that way, then I in full time I started in 15, 17. I just started full time. Okay. Meanwhile, we got good orders from, means we had a very good orders from export market. Means 90% used to do export.
Okay.
In my father's duration.
Okay.
Okay.
And the factory is still in Bhavnagar, or the factory is and you shifted to
We have one go down in Bhavnagar.
Okay.
We recently bought a factory in Bhavnagar recently, because it's our home ground.
Okay.
And
Legacy is there.
yeah, legacy is there. And plus one more point is that engineering stuffs, means there are very good rolling mills for buying iron and steel over there, because rolling mill owners buy the stuffs, means raw materials from Alang scrap yard, and they reprocess it. So raw material cost goes very down over there.
Okay. So raw material and subcontractors, the ecosystem is there.
Yes, ecosystem is very good over there. We have one factory in Vadodara.
Okay.
We even have one good factory also in Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Okay. We have a good factory, means we have, and as we are going, means as we are exporting machineries, ICD Khodiyar is nearby. So due to that feasibility of transport, reducing the cost of transport, we started making machines in Ahmedabad also.
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
So we have totally 4 factories around it. Okay. And operating means indigenous operating.
Okay.
Means our presence are only required when there is some problem over there. Okay. And my brother are located, means they are located in Vadodara.
Okay.
They handle the Baroda factory.
Okay.
And right now Bhavnagar factory, one is we have turned it to go down.
Okay.
The old unit, the first, which was commenced by my grandfather, and one my father is recently have another one.
So by the way, if I am like I'm like fresh out of college, or like I've just recently or I'm just thinking of some new business. So what is the minimum investment it would take for me to start a soap manufacturing business? Like I want to set up a smallest soap manufacturing line. So what would be the investment?
There are particularly
kinds of soaps and category.
Yeah, there are 3 to 4 segments of business startups. Okay. First is bathing soap, technical name toilet soaps. Second is detergent powder. Third is detergent cake, Vim bar. Okay, so basically, if you want to go for a startup, what I suggest to the customers is go for a less certification business. Okay, means the quality certificate has to be less.
Compliance has to be less.
Compliances has to be less.
So you don't have a lot of load in terms of everything.
Because when they go for, means now it has been very quick. Everything is become online now. Now it's very easy to start a business.
And get certification
also. But the thing is, like in bath soap, you need to have that compliance of FSSI, Food and Drug Certificate you need, because it is related to the skin. Okay, so you have to get that certificate. So I usually tell my customers that go for detergent powder, detergent cake. If you are going to start a business, I always suggest go for detergent cake and powder initially, because the raw materials are same. If you check the prices, means I make machines from 25 kg per batch, means per batch is of 30 minutes. Okay, mixing time is 30 minutes. from 25 kg to 500 kg and 1 ton also we make per batch. Initially you can start with 25 kg, 50 kg, 100 kg
That's per hour.
per half an hour.
For half an hour. So it's 50. So you can make 50 kilos worth of product in 1 hour.
Yes.
Depending on the number of parts.
And depending on the formulation also. If the formulation is more complicated, then you need more time to mix it.
Okay.
Okay. So in that way only, 30 minutes is a standard time. Basic formulations takes only around 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Detergent powder machineries are made of complete stainless steel contact parts. Detergent cake is okay. You can go for mild steel also. Means iron. Okay. And that's 25 kg machines for detergent cake will cost you around 1,40,000, 1,50,000 only machines. Okay. And detergent powder, it will cost you around 1,75,000, 80,000. Depends on the what do you say, the raw material fluctuations. Okay.
Correct.
So that is the startup things. And the thing is, in this starting the business, you have to only go for Udyogadar. Based on Udyogadar, you can open a bank account. Or
So Udyogadar is the certificate given by the government.
By the government of India, and it's online. 5 minutes. It takes only 5 minutes to register. Udyogadar, then second go for GST. It's mandatory because you have to buy materials, and all the raw materials are charged with GST. So you have to do all the settling works by paying taxes and all the things. GST. Excuse me. Then you have to go for bank current account. These 3 things are only required.
Okay.
And 25 kg machines you can also operate in a household electricity in single phase connections.
And for this detergent powder and cake you said, so it's just this 2 lakh is just a single machine, or you need multiple machines?
It is a multiple machines. Like in detergent cake you need a Sigma mixer or a hammer mixer.
So you need a mixer.
Hammer mixer is quite economical than a Sigma mixer, because Sigma mixer is heavy and blending is good in that. Okay, but depends on the budget. Both are good, both are viable. Okay, so mixer machine, you need a plotter machine, an extruder machine. After mixing of the materials in the mixer, you have to put it inside the plotter.
Okay.
And the plotter extrudes as per the design of the die.
Okay.
And in front you can have we can, if you want a branding also, if your brand is registered, then we can put a roller printer which prints the soap.
Okay.
So that is a very normal and easy to operate machine.
So the line is so the line for the the detergent cake is, the first one is the mixing machine.
Yes.
Right. So once it mixes, then you have the extrusion machine, right?
Yes.
So after the mixing, it just extrudes out as per the die, the second one. And the third one is the branding machine. Example. So it brands it on this.
A small tool.
So these 3 machines, what would it cost for me in terms of an average cost for these 3?
140. 150.
So in 1.5 lakh rupees, I can start this business at home for a detergent perspective, and it's a decent setup for a 25 kg in 30 minutes time perspective.
Exactly.
Okay, got it.
And raw materials, you can get it in the market, means it's around 50,000, 1 lakh rupees also raw materials is worth, means for startup. And initially you're not going to directly boost the productions. So you buy as per your requirement. You have to ask the supplier to ask for the minimum order quantity where discounts are available, because this all products is a commodity item, raw materials. So discounts means at some level of quantity they provide discounts.
Okay.
So in that way you have to communicate. And you get discounts. 50,000, 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees raw material, you buy it. Okay. And then you start it. Around 3 to 4 lakh rupees you can start your detergent cake and powder business.
Okay.
Because both material means only
Raw material is the same.
Few materials changes in powder and few material changes in detergent cake. Raw materials are almost same. In detergent cake you can make detergent cake also, washing soap also, you can make dishwash bar, a round bar also you can make.
Okay. So that's a die part. You have to just change from the square to a circular. Okay. So so you spoke for a detergent bar around 4 lakh rupees, you can have this whole line of all these 3-4 parts, process parts, and then you can start it. And the same amount of money, you can have the the powder also, detergent powder also business started, right? And these both business have less compliance because it does. But even the detergent powder or the soap touches the hand, right? So in terms of so it doesn't need FSSAI.
No, it doesn't need that.
Okay. So certification wise, it's easier to do the detergent and the detergent soap and the detergent powder. And what about the normal soap or the toilet soap that we want to make? What is the investment in that?
In that we make smallest plant 10 kg per batch.
Okay.
A small plant, pilot soap plant, means usually we give to the perfume manufacturers
Huh.
to try their perfumes.
Okay.
And now we have given open it
Huh.
for the customers who want to start up the business in house.
Okay.
Okay, like, and females
Huh.
are more into this now.
Huh. Huh. In the beauty
Because,
and the cosmetic
yes,
industry.
into beauty and cosmetic, they are more into it. So we get more inquiries from female entrepreneurs.
Huh. They want to explore, they want to try.
Exactly, they want to try. Okay, and they are into this what is it, soaps and cosmetics more, and they are very much what do you say, more health conscious and skin conscious. They are more
And taking more care also, everything.
yes. So due to that reason, we made 10 kgs machines. We have 25 kg machines. These both machines can be operated in single phase connection.
Okay. Okay. So, so normal, I think electricity it can
Yes, and for that, and all the contact parts are of stainless steel.
work. Okay.
Okay, then you need FSSI.
Correct. So you need a FSS certification.
Yes. You need this. The remaining same is
Correct.
is GST, current accountant,
Correct.
Udyam. That is basic.
Correct.
And if you are looking for export, then go for IEC.
Okay.
Everything is available online.
Okay. But what is the cost for me to set up this for the toilet soaps? What is the
Toilet
cost?
soap,
The whole thing.
the 10 kg plant will be around 3 lakh rupees.
Okay.
Approx.
Okay.
25 kg will be around 5 lakh.
Okay.
50 kg 7.5 to 8 lakh rupees. And
Okay.
100 kg around 13 lakhs.
Okay. And this is the same process that you
Same
said,
process.
blending example,
Yes.
extrusion, and then example. Okay.
Actually, in making of toilet soaps, you need to have more refinement
Okay.
of the material.
Okay.
So Sigma mixer is mandatory.
That is for blending.
Yes, blending.
Uh,
Then from there, the material goes to triple roll mill.
okay.
In triple roll mill, the material gets feasible
Okay.
to put into the ploader.
So that gets rolled multiple times?
No, it becomes like strips,
Okay.
paper.
Okay.
Okay, you have to feed the mixed material in the Sigma mixer. You have to feed that material into that triple roll mill.
Okay.
Okay, then triple roll mill, it goes into the ploader, and then the soap extrudes.
Okay. So triple roll mill, what does it do inside?
It has a 3 rolls, and it refines if there are
Achha,
any.
just refining it, just making it more finer.
Yes, more finer, and if
Acha.
there are any kind of air bubbles or any kind of dust particles, whatever, it gets.
So that is the difference between the detergent cake with this ke yahan pe wo it's just blending it more
Yes,
to make it more refined.
exactly. And this is a finishing line.
Huh.
But if you want to make it from oils, then you should have that boiling pan or a saponification crusher.
Huh.
Then flaker is there.
Huh.
Big boiling pan is there.
That is before
Soap
blending
is-
itself.
No. There are two methods to make bathing soap.
Huh.
Excuse me. Two methods. One is noodle based.
Huh.
Second is oil based.
Huh.
Okay. Now in the market, ready-made noodles are being sold by Godrej, Adani, Wilmar,
Okay.
and then Rayalaseema. Even it has been imported from Malaysia, Indonesia, but at a very cheaper cost.
Okay.
So the people have stopped making toilet soap from noodles.
Okay.
But if you are planning to make herbal soaps
Huh.
like shikakai,
Or
like neem
your
oil,
own flavor or your own
flavor,
mix.
yes, on coconut, means there are people who are making soaps from goat milk,
Oh wow, is it?
camel milk also.
Oh, okay.
So they have their personal ideas. I said they are
Concept,
more creative.
logic.
They are more inventors. They invent their own formulations. Accordingly, they buy the machines. Okay. In that, we don't consult them. Okay. If they want consulting, then we usually give them the guidance of what means we give the consultant context. But there are people who try to make their own dishes, means own soaps. Okay. So boiling pans are there.
Okay.
If you are planning to make the soap from, it's a huge, means it's a long process.
Correct.
Boiling pan, after making the soap, cooking the soap with oil, means all the oils and all materials, caustics, lye and all that things. It is being removed in the cooling mold. After cooling mold, it is being cut into stabs into bars. In cutting machines only, bars into chips. Then that chips you have to do a sun dry, or if you have a dryer, then that sun dry is that sun dried or dried chips of soap is used in the mixer as a form of noodles.
That is the raw material.
That is the raw material. Then noodles, then triple roll mill,
Okay.
then ploader, then cutting and stamping, branding.
Okay.
So that is a process of,
Long process,
yeah,
but
long process,
customized.
but by customized and by using your own method of
Correct, correct. Own
formulation.
formulation, own
Yes.
mix of everything.
Otherwise, it is normal. You buy the noodles from the market, soap base, you put in the mixer, put color, perfume,
Huh.
you mix it properly, put it in a triple roll mill, and then you extrude and stamp and finish.
Okay. So in today's market example, if someone wants to make this aloe vera based soap, for example, this neem based soaps and everything, if they don't do on their own combinations, they'll have to do the start to end of the
No,
process, right?
it is not mandatory.
Huh.
Start to end means it is not mandatory,
Huh.
but you can add extract,
Huh.
aloe vera extract. You can
Acha,
add
in the noodles.
in the noodles
Okay.
directly.
Okay.
Okay, but if there is any specific requirement that you need to process it through oils only, then you
Then
need
you have
the
to follow
boiling
that
pan.
process.
Yes, in that boiling pan process, you can make laundry soap also.
Huh.
You can make toilet soap also.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, both you can make.
Okay.
Only things change.
Okay.
Laundry soap, it ends after you cut the soap, means after you remove the soap from the molds.
Huh.
You cut the slabs, you make the bars, you stamp it. That's it. That's laundry soap. And if you make the chips of that bars, then that is being processed as a finishing line for making the toilet soaps.
Okay. And here in the end, we don't need a leg press stamping machine, or it is required for the branding part of it.
Yeah, it is required if it is required.
And that is included in this budget of.
Yes.
That is included in that
Yes,
budget.
yes. 10 kg plant is very small plant. It can be started means in this
room
10 by 10 room also. And it is been means you can just have a single phase connection to start the machines, to start the productions.
Okay. Okay. And so imagining example, I'm a founder. I'm trying to have my own mix of formulation of these soaps. I've got the machine. I've set it up. I've started production. Example, I'm thinking of starting production because I know the cost right now, and I know also the process. Like आपने बताया कि भाई you have to do this process. So I got the process also sorted. So what is the kind of what is the kind of profit margins that over an average that we're able to get, and what is the ROI in these machines, right? So because example initially I might be starting small, so I'm just trying to understand okay, in the future when this business scales to example X ton or X kind of scale, then what is the average gross margins that I can look at, or what is the average ROI that I can look at?
The return of investment is usually around 6 months.
Okay.
Very easy. And it is totally based on the way you do marketing.
Correct. So it can be faster, it can be delayed, but an
So
average
depends.
point is.
Depends on how much you go into the core of the market.
But like 6 months, like how many number of soaps are we looking at?
If you are making a 10 kg soap, hourly you just make it 20, means in 30 minutes it is 10 kg. 20, hourly it is 20 kg, and 20 into 8 hours if you're operating.
Single shift.
Yes, so that is 160. Then based on the grams, in 10 kg plant you can make 70 gram maximum soaps.
Okay.
In 25 means 70 gram weight soap. In 25 kg there is a 4-inch ploader. Okay, the screw inside is 4-inch. So that can only generate
4-inch out of.
pressure. Yes, the back pressure of the soap is very means extruded is very important.
Okay.
If the size of the screw is 4-inch, 25 kg plant, the size of the screw inside worm which moves the material and it generates the pressure in the die, that is 4-inch, you can make 90 gram of soap or 100 gram maximum.
Okay.
For 5-inch means 50 kg 5-inch you can make 125 gram soaps.
Okay.
Then comes 6-inch ploader, then 8-inch ploader, then duplex comes,
Okay.
then twin worm duplex comes, vacuum duplex comes, then triplex comes.
Okay.
So those are full very huge machines. Okay, but the thing is for 10 kg startups,
Okay.
it makes 70 gram soap because the back pressure generated during the extrusion process can only have a very small sizable opening, so that the soaps gets finished in a proper way and it has a good glossy appearance. Okay. And there are noodler plate also available, means inside the means before the soap get extrudes. Okay, there is a noodler plate which refines more.
Okay.
And it removes the evaporations, and heating system also is there.
Okay.
Then the soaps comes out very, very smooth and in a very glossy appearances.
Okay.
Okay. So Regarding the ROI, you have to be very much what do you say, go into the core of the market, because this is an item which even big personalities also use it, and even the poorest person also.
So you have to see which segment you want to approach.
Yes. Basically you have to be very much less profits initially, 15%.
Okay.
In toilet soaps you get profits, you can have a profit of 15 to 30%.
Okay.
Okay. In detergent cake, detergent powder, you get profits around 15 to 35%. It's more because the consumption is more. Okay. Bathing is been done 2 times, and washing clothes can be done number of times, and the quantity of washing clothes increases as per the family members.
Correct.
Okay. So due to that reason, the profit margin in detergents are more.
Okay.
And in bath soap also is more, but the thing is it goes for the uniqueness of the product.
Correct. And again, compliance is less in detergent.
Compliance is less easy to do the business. Okay. And if you go into the core of the marketing, like it's not that you go to go visiting the shops. In Vadodara, there is one, he's a good friend of mine. He started making glycerin soaps, melt and pour soaps. Okay. Then he came, glycerin soaps he started marketing. He was buying perfumes from other people. Then he started making his own perfumes by mixing it. From there, he then, people started knowing his name. So along with that, he bought a small machines from us. He already had established the market for glycerin soap, transparent soap, like peers, all that transparent. He had already established that market and hold. He himself used to go to the societies on his vehicle. He himself used to visit the customers, families, how is
feedback.
it? Okay. And it takes around hardly 5 minutes, 10 minutes time. And he knew that, at that time he didn't have any, he was by himself doing everything, marketing, sales, purchase, everything he used to do. Then slowly he ventured with us. He bought the machines. He started making this detergents and cake and powder. Then he started buying vehicles, chota hati, tempo. Because he had that idea that I used to go for a review, then people used to ask for more products. But if you have come here, then you give me, hand over some products, so that we don't have to visit anywhere else.
Correct.
Then what he said, what he thought, that instead people wasting time in malls and all that stuff for buying items which are not time investing, worth investing, let us provide that stuffs into the homes directly. So he started making that concept of buying vehicles, auto rickshaws, and he first hired for the full day the tempos and all that stuff. Okay. He started giving the materials, household materials, cleaning materials, floor cleaners, all that stuff. So he started making it in his own factory. He started marketing in that level. Visiting societies. If he's in Ahmedabad, then today the one vehicle will go over Bhopal, one vehicle will go over Rakhial, in Vasna, Dhanidhar, in that way. He started making it. Okay. But the first thing he did is he started giving customers that what we give is a home service, easy, comfortable.
So he looked at the convenience part of
the customers, and then he started marketing also. Then he started teaching his workforce how to make it. Then now he's totally consumed in marketing, branding. So in soaps and detergents, the return of investment is very fast. Is only because if you get a faster return of investment when you go into the core of the market.
So is it important that if I'm getting into this business, I should spend more time in marketing?
Yes.
And I should have a good customer base. So I know the feedback, what they want, and then I build the product of a smaller plant and then do the sales of it.
Yes.
So my ROI will be faster.
Yes. Trial batches you do. You go for the core marketing. Villages also. Villages are the highest consumers of detergent, cake and powders. Highest consumers. And one vehicle means that friend that friend of mine,
हाँ.
he's located in Vadodara.
हाँ.
His one vehicle per day, what do you say, earning is 12,000, 15,000 per day. He has around 5 to 7 vehicles now.
Okay.
His own.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is, people visiting the shops have reduced. Okay.
So that's a trend you're seeing.
Trend they have set.
Okay.
Okay. An idea was mine.
Hmm.
Core marketing is important.
हाँ.
Then gradually you start developing, you get hold of the market,
हाँ.
Baroda region.
हाँ.
Then for Ahmedabad, you set up another factory.
Okay. So it's a local factories with vehicles around.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is startup.
हाँ.
Startup.
हाँ.
Usually, and if you have installed a plant in Vadodara,
हाँ.
then that one plant can only operate the circumference of the
that
Vadodara.
much. So it's like a Baskin Robbins.
Yes, Baskin Robbins. Yes.
So like regional part, and then it just applies to that part. It can be like a franchisee.
Yes.
Depending on the machines or the things that's required.
Yes. So if the startup customer wants to expand, then for another region he has to set up another
factory. Okay. And different kinds of soaps.
Because transportation plays a very vital role. If you hire a 16-ton ICER, big truck, and small vehicle, if you compare the transportation, that is very pivotal, very important. Transport is very important because you have to play in a very small margins to introduce your products in the another market. So the return of investment is only possible if you go into the core, if you go into the villages.
Okay.
Then second step is all this Facebook and PRs and all that stuff is secondary.
Okay.
But you can reach to that point very faster.
Okay. So ये जो आपने share किया in context of like the investment is this much amount, and then you spoke about these are the machines involved. So my question was, the kind of operators do you need, right? So do you need some skilled people to handle it?
No.
Or as a founder I can start it, or like how is the, because there are different operations. You said there are different operations of blending, there are different operations of extrusion, there are different operations of stamping. Example, primary अगर ये 3 parts को ले, and in case of toilet soap there is much more refinement वाला process also. So do you need how many operators do you need, and can I alone do it, or do I do it batch by batch? How does it work?
Both. I mean, all the 3 plants means if you go for detergent powder, detergent cake, bathing soap, all the plants. If unless and until it's an automatic plant, but we are talking about startups. So 1 or 2 people can also operate the full plant. A single-handedly you can operate it.
Okay. You can do one by one.
One by one, batch by batch.
Okay.
And as per the demand, you have to do the production. It's not that you keep on doing the stocks. Your debt investment will increase. Then you will feel the pressure of selling that, marketing aggressively and selling so that your rotation comes. So keeping that into the mind, you can operate single-handedly. You can operate small plants, 10, 20, 25 and 50. You can single-handedly operate.
Okay.
If you have our country is so rich, means Marwadis, all the family members work.
Correct.
They work. So labor cost is zero. Okay. So there are even there are many other communities also whose families are so big. They are living in unity, and that's very good. That's very good. And they are focused in one business. Means dad will be doing the marketing. One will be doing the purchasing. One son will be doing this, that. Ladies will be doing packing work. Okay, that all things will be done. So at the end of the day, you don't need any skilled laborers. Laymen also can work, and you can teach them. Okay,
depending on once it increases.
Yes.
So you can do it yourself.
Yeah, unless and until it's an automated plant.
Correct.
Startups, you can
do
have
it yourself.
And it requires only few hours to learn the formulations. It's all very simple and very fast.
And then you decide what kind of formulation you want.
Yes, then you can go for
acquire the raw materials and then start.
Yes. If you want to launch unique products, then you can make soap from goat milk also. As I said earlier, people are making soaps from camel milk also. Okay.
So this is maybe this is commonly available in that area. So exactly. I think that.
And as you grow in this business, means from 10 kg you develop to 100 kg, then people do trading of the materials also. They buy it's a commodity. They buy it 50 rupees and they sell it for 60 rupees in the market. So that also is
possible. Opportunity open.
Yes, opportunity open for trading. and then he knows that his supplier will supply him for 50 rupees only. But if anyone comes to their door and they want, I want only noodles, give me, what's the price? He has bought for 70 rupees, he'll sell it for 75, he'll sell it off. So that way also they do the juggling. Okay. And raw materials they buy in bulk, so they get a discount. The quantity is more. Okay, being a commodity item, if anyone else wants the material, they sell it off.
Okay.
So that also is a secondary thing to.
So you can upsell it, I think, but just trading it once you have
Extra
volumes.
profits.
Extra profit.
Okay,
Take care of indirect expenses
exactly,
and everything.
exactly.
Okay. So you spoke about now you also spoke about the operators are not needed. You can do it yourself, and as you evolve, you can hire normal operators whom you can educate. And later on, once it's automated, you can scale up the stuff.
Yes.
Now, imagining example, I've invested this amount of money. I've started this process. I've started selling also. So once a machine starts operating, there is maintenance expense related to this. So what is the maintenance aspect related to these three stages or the machines for soap and detergent?
Maintenance is first thing, you have to keep the machines and plant neat and clean. Okay, you have to clean the machine after end of the day.
Okay.
You have to do the gearbox oil changing. Okay, and this tightening of the belt, fastening the belt, pulley belt.
So the movable parts you have to align.
Checking the nuts and bolts. That's it. Then your machine will work for means more than the longevity of the machine will increase to 15 years, 20 years. Nothing will happen.
Okay, so current longevity of this machines are how many years?
15 years, 20 years, 25 years.
Depending on how you maintain it and do preventive maintenance.
Yes. If you don't maintain it, don't clean it properly, means regularly. In short, you have to have that weekly maintenance system. Scheduled maintenance is very much important. And we, along with the machines, we give them the prints and catalogs and checklist and how to maintain, what sort of things you need to check every day or every weekend, and what day you have to go for an annual overhaul of the machines. Okay, that all things.
Okay. It's an annual change.
Yes.
Yeah, if it's spare part change also, you guys help?
Yes. We give extra spares.
Okay.
Not
so that critical, so that there is no delay कि भाई आपको लगाने के लिए चीज़ है.
You immediately have to change it. But usually the machine is made from iron and steel only. Unless and until you hammer it with a hammer, then the things can be spoiled. Then the alignment changes. Otherwise, you have to be very much soft, and you have to check it with a foot rule or scale. You have to check in that way, measuring parts, whatever. By a bubble meter, you have to check the balances. That's it.
Okay.
Otherwise, machines, if you maintain it properly, if you oil it, grease it properly, clean it properly, it will work. It will work more.
Okay.
10-15 years, I am telling. There are people in Africa who are using my branded machines for fourth buyer, fifth buyer. Resold. Yes. Machines are very heavy and very robust. Okay. So that is what another thing is the thing is that whenever you are buying a machine, you have to make sure that if you can maintain it, then only you buy the machines.
Okay. Well, what do you mean?
My thing is, I have many customers, many people who are very casuals.
Achha.
They operate the machine for 1 year. They use it till extreme levels, then they scrap it.
Okay.
Then they buy another one. But if the same machines, and I'm talking about higher capacity machines, then the same machines can be operated for 5 years. Okay, they operate it, means these people operate it for 24 hours without maintaining. 6 months, 1 year. I told around 6 months for ROI. There are people in the market who just takes the return of the investment within 1 month.
Okay. Because they have the demand.
Yes. Okay. The thing is, if you are buying a machine, make sure that you maintain and follow the steps.
Okay.
So that your investment is
longer last.
And your resale also is very good in these machines.
Okay.
It's not that you buy a 10 kg plant, then you're upgrading that this 10 kg is wastage. No, you can sell it to other buyer.
Okay, so you upgrade to a 25 kg plant and you can resell the 10 kg plant to someone else.
If I have inquiry, then I'll tell you that you sell it to this person. He's in need. Give him at a good price.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. All right. So I also wanted to understand, you have this family legacy and now you're helping, all these startups, example, scale the plants and the bigger MSME scale up, and you're not only helping MSMEs in India, but a lot in Africa and across the world. So what has been the role of luck in your business?
hard work. I don't believe in luck.
हाँ.
I'm a very grounded person. I don't believe in luck. I just let it flow naturally. Okay. Whenever time says that you have to do this, you have to be very adaptive, you have to be very innovative, and you have to go according to the flow.
Okay.
I have never realized that luck is there. Okay.
Just focused on hard work and dedication.
Just focus on your, be spontaneous,
हाँ.
live according to the time, according to the trend, be flexible, be adaptive, and the rest you get the results. Okay. Means in our engineering or in science, it is physics, it is that whatever action you do, there is a reaction.
Correct.
Okay. And it is not that if the action is good, the reaction will be good. It will be bad also.
Correct.
But the thing is, you have to
learn
keep your
from
work.
it.
You have to learn from it, and you have to keep
Constantly
moving.
moving.
You have to be very much into that flow of living the life.
Correct.
Okay. So I have never believed in luck and all these things.
Okay.
And
You focused on hard work.
I focus on hard work only.
Okay. So the government of India, under PM Modi's leadership, has got this Make in India initiative, and and they are scaling it up in terms of making it more effective now. So obviously, so a lot of support you would have got from the government, or you've seen the other startups are also getting the support. These are the people who are trying to buy these new machines. These are the people who are trying to scale these machines, or this could be you also. So what is your ask from the government that the government can do this also to amplify and help these startups grow more, and also for companies like you to create the brand India globally? So what is your ask from the government?
My asks from government is, means what do you say? Means I had a particular word in my mind, just forgot.
Okay.
I seek for the government, means what I seek from the government is to ease up the business, okay, to make people reach out to other global countries.
Okay.
Like chambers of commerce.
Okay.
Create such groups of youngsters, means chambers of commerce, support the chambers of commerce of other countries also.
So you're talking about more about international exposure to be increased.
Look, there are only three ways to be rich. First is to export. You will be super rich. Second thing is gold. You keep investing in gold, it will spike up. Third is land, because these three things are basics. Now gold requires funds. Instead of putting in gold and waiting for 2 years to return, okay, it takes time. Land and properties and putting the properties into rent means it's a stuff of a responsibility. You have to keep a track on that. But increasing export, making export ease, that is what I seek from the government.
Okay.
There has to be portals, there has to be now the government has evolved. By the use of technology, they have made so many certifications easily available on the fingertips. So that is what is required in exports also. Okay. Even the more you go for exports, the inflation will be reduced. Okay.
Foreign exchange will also come.
Foreign exchange also will come into control. So inspiring youngsters to focus on exports. Even for visiting countries, government should support. There has to be universities, government universities, and all that educational stuffs, and they should tell the students or take the students out. No doubt you take the fees, but take the students out to expose to the market. Nowadays, people are going for studies in UK, USA, in Australia, New Zealand. They do job over there, but none of that person thinks that let me do business. And underdeveloped countries, let me search for an underdeveloped countries like third world, African countries, Papua New Guinea. There's so many countries, even Latin American countries.
Correct.
No one thinks of going there and starting the business or exporting there. Youngsters I'm talking about the youngsters nowadays. Correct. They just want an easygoing life.
Correct.
I guarantee you that if you start a business or if you start exporting to Africa, these Latin American countries,
Colombia,
Mexico, all that stuff. Even Europe also is importing many items. US also is importing many items. If you focus on that, why China is so much progressed and the GDP is so high? It's only because of their exports. They have very easy. Means there are means the shipping agents, the export import,
Yeah.
what do you say, the transactions is very easy.
And
So
the reach and the aggressiveness,
aggressiveness
yeah,
of
it's very,
Chinese people, and
very,
they have a very good mentality of working in a team.
yeah, and hard also.
Competition is very less in China. If I am making a soap machinery, you are also making a soap machinery. If you have got the order, then you'll give some parts to me to make it to decrease the lead time for manufacturing. Okay, so that way of working is very very good culture over there. In India, it is inter competition. Okay, they will not let you get the order. They will not let us also get the order.
Yeah.
Order will go to China.
China.
Okay, so the reach is very important. Okay, so I urge the government officials to make more easier ways to export. US dollar transactions also has to be very much easy. Now we get the payment by LC or by Swift. We get the payment. The point is we have to go and submit the documents to the banks. All the banks have different formalities that we have, and we have to go. Instead, make it normal like a INR transactions. Yes,
Like how the BRICS countries are trying, maybe.
exactly.
That could be easier for you
Yes,
to process.
very easier. And UPI is in Dubai now.
Ah.
Okay. Even in my company also, I have created my own, means I have taken the services from CC Avenue
Okay.
payment gateway mode, where the customers can buy machines via EMI
Okay.
on credit cards for Indian customers, EMI, debit card, pay later.
Okay.
All that options I have made it available because my machinery is a depreciation thing. It is not an appreciation thing.
Correct.
So wherever there is depreciation, an Indian mindset is that let me get the machines by part payments because it is a depreciation thing. So that is what is important. Okay, people will not immediately put 1,40,000 in my machines because it's a depreciation thing. If they get an opportunity to pay the payments in parts or by loans, that is very
Comfortable.
for the customers and
So-
ease of doing business.
So obviously you spoke about the part for exports, government should expose the younger people by taking them abroad and exposing them to these countries, and a lot of opportunities there in third world countries like Africa and also like Latin America.
Yes.
And you also give a new insight in the element that you don't have to invest in these machines worth 1.5, 2 or 3 or 4 lakhs in lump sum, but you can just buy it from credit cards with part payment EMI basis also.
Yes.
So then the amount becomes 25,000, then the amount becomes 30,000, for example 10,000, and in that way, as the production grows or as you're selling,
Yes.
slow by slow, you can just keep paying back the money, I think.
Exactly. And for international clients, we have made facilities for direct credit card, debit card payments.
International, okay.
Yes, we have to just generate the link and submit them. They will just by the steps they can do the payments. Even they can also pay in parts
Okay.
if they are wanting to. But the delivery will be after the payments is
100%
cleared.
payment.
Yes.
100% payment.
Okay, and the transportation charges, whatever shipping charges will be done, or at the time the machines are ready,
Okay.
and we inquire the shipping agents to how much it will take
Correct.
to
To
take
deliver
the
it.
machine to deliver the machine to the concerned company or country. Okay, but the thing is, all the governments are evolving. Means my company has seen all the governments in and out. Okay, the thing is, what my grandfather was a pure, means what you say, means he used to support all the governments. The thing is, people should have the ease of doing transactions and business, transportations, all things has to be very easy and fast.
Correct.
Okay, then my father's time also the adaptivity means globalization happened. Okay, so many foreign FDIs came. It created competitions among the Indian.
But then still evolved in that.
It evolved. Okay, government is doing their job perfectly. Okay, there
We need to take advantage.
The people. The thing is, what I notice is Modi government or any governments. The thing is, they are giving schemes and offers, but they are unable to deliver to the means core of the public, core publics. People don't know.
They're
Many
not
people
aware.
don't know.
There are things available.
They are not aware of, and seeing the process, seeing the list of the documents, they become demotivated, demoralized, that it's too many things.
Ah.
Okay, so that all things has to be done. There has to be programs, whatever schemes they are doing. There has to be awareness among the
Correct.
and minimum documentations. One gateway systems. They are developing. They have developed also many schemes. But thing is, then also people are not aware.
Correct.
Reach has to be very much mandatory. Okay, and the thing is, make everything more online. More online.
Correct.
And provide certifications that these are genuine suppliers and these are not genuine suppliers. Okay, that also is very, because people are getting fooled also a lot.
Scams and everything.
Scams are being, now there is another new scam is coming. Means now people are getting trapped in that. They will make you speak in a con call with another person. Okay, conference call, then they'll take your OTP. All that stuffs are going on, right? Okay, there is a new type. OTP and OLX वाला तो चल ही रहा था. Okay, so the thing is, make awareness is important. Okay, certifications and all that things important. Basically, export easiness has to be there. Very easy. Export has to be very easy. Import, export, very easy.
Got it. So by the way, we spoke about Atom at a length, about the company that has been building since your great grandfather, and also we spoke about how we can start a business, at such an investment in making soaps and detergent. So we want to just have some conversation around you as a person. So what are your habits, other than export, other than the elements that you're involved in? What are your other habits, and we wanted to know some part about those habits.
My best habit is I sleep for 12 hours.
Okay. Why is it best?
Because if you have a good sleep, it's a kind of a meditation. More you sleep, the brain is more focused, more active. Okay, means I don't follow any fundamentals. Means with comes that sleep for 4 hours, 5 hours, work for this much. No. I never live my life in a hurry. I'm always very spontaneous. I sleep for 12 hours. Okay, when it is time to work, I work. But 12 hours is mandatory. Okay. And apart from that, I means whatever work I do it in a meditation way. Okay.
What is the meditation way?
Meditation way means you just be in the present, you accept the existence and you just do the work. That's it. Means there are no other thoughts. Be focused in that. Okay. And it takes time to develop that type of nature. Okay. Whenever you are doing whatever stuffs, your presence of mind is very much important, and accepting the existence is very much important. Okay, so accepting the existence means that you have accepted this, and you have to do this right now in this manner. I never believe in what do you say, future planning. I don't believe in. I never think of the past also. It is gone. Future planning also I never do. I just live in the present day. Whatever is coming, I just start completing it.
Correct.
That's it. I never think of the results also. Okay, so that is what my nature is, and my good habit is this only. Okay, because at the end of the day, means I don't look out for peace around. Okay, if I'm in a very quarrelsome atmosphere, if I'm in a chaos also, I am always at my peace. Okay, and for me, meditation is everywhere. Right now we are talking. This is a meditation for me.
Being in the present.
Being in the present, that is meditation. That is a spontaneous stuff. And people usually are. It's very good that they are what do you say, mythologically involved. They pray to Hanuman ji. They pray to Vasudev Shri Krishna. They pray to Mahadev. Everything is very good. Okay, but the thing is, the trend of show off has to be less. You avoid, you just, there are temples where mobile phones are not allowed. You visit Mahakumbh, but we are taking your mobile phones along with that. But if mobile phones are not, then no one will go for Mahakumbh also. Okay, because people need some reason to visit there. Okay, so that all mentality I am very much far. Okay, it is good also. It is a publicity. Okay, but the thing is, some point of the view, some point you have to be yourself. You have to be me. Okay, that is very important. Nowadays that is very less. Okay, me time is very less. Everyone are involved in any means in many random time pass stuffs.
Okay, got it. Got it. So, Bhavik bhai, it's been amazing to have you on the Next Wave
Yes.
podcast. And you spoke about so many aspects. First, you
Mm.
spoke about the family legacy and how everyone has added layers in their, in your family, in the business. And you also spoke about how at this particular price point of 1 to 2 to 4 lakh rupees, you can create your own business even
Mm.
at your home, which could be a detergent making or a detergent powder or a soap making factory
Mm.
or a smoke making unit
Yes.
that you spoke about. And you also extensively spoke about the habit of meditation and the
Mm.
aspect of how things have helped you. And thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And you've been helping entrepreneurs and MSMEs in India and across the world. So thank you so much for your time.